What's going on, everybody? I'm Quest for Nostalgia. I'm a YouTube content creator and I stream variety games over on Twitch. I hate really long intros, so let's get into this. This video is going to be about 3 items that are super nostalgic to me. I want to start doing a series that I pull out items kind of like I do on stream. It ends up being show and tell quite often, where I'm pulling something off the shelf and we're hanging out and talking about things that are nostalgic to us. And so I wanted to do a little series where I bring in a few items each episode and talk about them and my experience with them and why they mean so much to me and how I'm so happy to still have them. So let's get into the first item. All right, so the first item is going to be my first console that was really mine. I played other games and things like that with friends. I didn't get to own those consoles. It would be going over to different people's houses. But the first one that was actually mine was the Game Boy Pocket. So I have the Game Boy Pocket Silver, and this thing meant so much to me. So when I got this, I got games like Lion King and Street Fighter 2, which I actually still have. So in this book, I've had this little Game Boy book as well for as long as I can remember. And so we've still got things like Street Fighter. Oh, and Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was really huge, playing that, which Donkey Kong means, Mario jumping over barrels and things like that. But man, some of these games are just games that I played so much because it's all I had. So we had things like, the Lion King here, which was brutally hard. If you've played this game, trying to jump from, the animals' heads like the giraffes and swing from the elephant tails and whatnot, was just so hard to do. But man, this console, I loved it. Like I said, it was my first one, so it means so much to me. And to still have this thing and to have it means a ton. Just seeing the 1-800 number on the back for repairs. And gosh, I also had a Ken Griffey Jr. baseball game that it's sad when you go look through your collection and you had something and it's gone. And unfortunately, my Ken Griffey Jr. for the Game Boy is gone. Hopefully I'll be able to find it in a thrift store or something for cheap. But that was a real sad letdown. I remember the almost TV static of the crowd, as the baseball, clears into the outfield and it's rolling, it hits the back wall, and you just hear this is the crowd roaring. But man, I mean, this was, like I said, the first one that was mine, and my games, and I just loved it. I loved it so much. So let's get on to the next one. So the next item is, again, one of my first real consoles. Again, I didn't get to have all these other consoles. I had played Nintendo 64s and NESs and SNESs and got to play things over a friend's house, which I'm super appreciative of. But my first console myself was actually the PlayStation 1, and my grandmother took me out to get that. I didn't have a great relationship with my grandmother. She was very in and out of my life, but one time she came in and she wanted to get me the PlayStation 1. So I went to Toys R Us, I got a Super Soaker and a PS1, and I got a few games with it. But I also got this controller, and this little red PlayStation 1 controller just means so much to me. If you've seen me on Twitch, you know that I also have a red PS4 controller, and that's because of my love for this one. Gosh, I just have so many memories playing this. When I got my PS1, I got some terrible games like Casper and this little ATV game here, and I played the crap out of them because that's all I had. I also had, Spice World, Spice Girls games, so don't judge. But yeah, it was a game that I had and I loved at the time. I think I might have gotten a Hanson t-shirt from Toys R Us as well. I know, I'm throwing myself under the bus here, but I mean, it's a memory that's always going to stick in my head, and it's just something that means so much to me, so much so that I, again, like I said, got the red controller for my PS4 just as a throwback to this, and it's so special to me. I don't know if you guys have any controllers that you remember that were just so special to you. I also had a GameCube Mad Catz controller that was great as well. But that's off the point, This is it. This is nostalgia number 2. Are there any controllers that just feel super right in your hands? This thing feels tiny now, but I just love it. Love it so much. So let's do the next item. So for our last item, we're going to go a little different route than, controllers and consoles and video games. And we're just going to go straight into nostalgia. And you saw this in the thumbnail. It might be why you clicked the video, but it's an item that I love still having. It makes frequent appearances on the stream, and that's going to be my Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc. But for real, I loved getting this. This was so fun to have, to go out on the playground and do, your playground rules, Yu-Gi-Oh! Game battles. Man, it was just so fun. You have the little field slot cards and the different slots. It was like light up here, and you know, you had your points counter, and it was just everything about it was so cool and so fun. And it was in that major hype of, you know, playing Yu-Gi-Oh with your friends. And man, I mean, I went back and watched a little bit of the, you know, first season of it, and it is so crazy to watch. There's no rules, and it makes me wonder, what rules did we make up on the playground? What do we interpret the cards as, you know? And just like, how many fights did we get over because we all made up our own damn rules? But you know, this thing is just super nostalgic to me, so I hope it is to you. I hope it brings you joy to see it, and you know, just sparks memories that you remember, and you can laugh about going to tournaments at, you know, Barnes and Noble and the bookstore, and just all those experiences. In the comments below, you know, drop a comment about, did you have a dual disc? You know, which item was the most nostalgic to you? You share some memories. I'd love to hear your experiences with these things, or things that were close, you know, and get excited for next episodes. You know, we've got tons of things in the room that I'd love to share with you that mean a lot to me. But again, like I said, in the comments, I want to hear about things that, you know, meant a ton to you. And if you've made it this far in the video, thanks so much for supporting the channel. It means a ton to me. Watch time is huge. If you wouldn't mind liking and, you know, commenting, like we said, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm really trying to grow over here. We've passed the 200 threshold, which is so cool. But I just love you guys so much, and I hope you are excited for the series, and I'm excited to do more of it. So I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.